Welcome to Midlands Unsigned Music, the show that brings you the best in live music each week, blah, blah, blah. You know what? We haven't figured out if we're going to be doing that yet. We still need a hell of a lot more support from you guys to make this a worthwhile thing. If not, then we're just going to have to go back to...
Shooting porn?
Shooting porn. Teabag me. Anyway, here's what's coming up on the show. We're going to be answering your emails. We'll be doing reviews of the needle poppets and the vectors. We'll be doing our first competition. But first, to kick us off, we've got some music from the O2 Academy with Detective.
I couldn't find it at all. I left my house in that Tuesday. Unsure about what your answer would be. Don't see the future by my side. Oh, how lucky I hate you. These things go on for hours. Speaking everything into the night. If I could go back in time, I would find that I never let you go. Move back in time, I was foolish. Look what I got to show. A broken heart, questions, the answers that I do not know. If I saw you, know that I got you. Time to be back on you. You're biting on your name. Tell me who you is. If I could go back in time, I could be mine. I never let you go. That in time I was foolish. Look what I got to show. A broken heart and questions. I do not know. And it hurts me more cause I couldn't say inside. But I just couldn't find the feeling at the time. I guess I never really knew how much I liked you. But now it's clear that I believe. If I could go back in time, if I could find it, I never let you go. But I knew time I was foolish. Look what I got to show. The broken heart, and questions, the answers that I do not know. Yours gets too early, your voice gets too late. So if you want to check this out, much appreciated. Cheers.
So we're here at the O2 in Birmingham tonight, and I'm here with Detective, who happened to be...
Ethan.
Jack.
Joey.
And they've just finished their set inside there just literally a few minutes back. What do you guys think of the venue?
I think it's great, and it's great that young people can play such a historic venue as well. Yeah, I really like it in there. Great sound.
And obviously, you were doing a fair bit of singing and a bit of lead guitar. So, what are your influences when you're playing guitar, Jack?
Well, basically, you know, I've listened to loads. There's like Jimi Hendrix from the old old guys that I like Clapton. I love Martin Knopfler. I reckon he's definitely way up there. And like all the new stuff, like Adam Hand from the 1975, they're proper big influence on us, and the Kooks and everyone like that. You know, Arctic Monkeys, those sorts of guys, really.
What about you, Joey? You got any favourite bands at the minute that you think are influencing your work on bass?
Yeah, definitely the 1975 and the Kooks, 100%, and Arctic Monkeys. Just mainly the main indie bands, to be honest.
You actually did a couple of Arctic Monkeys tracks then, didn't you? Would you say that, I mean, obviously they're a very successful band. Are they something that you'd like to emulate?
Yeah, it's so inspiring seeing a rock band kind of become mainstream again, like headlining Glastonbury, and it inspires you to kind of play gigs yourself, and you know, seeing such big indie bands come back again. Yeah.
And obviously the thing as well, the Arctic Monkeys started off when they were quite young, and you guys are actually pretty young yourselves. I mean, you are?
I'm 18.
I'm 16.
I'm 16 as well.
So obviously you're starting off young. Have you been playing your instruments for a while?
Yeah, I mean, I started out on guitar, and then I've only recently come onto playing drums, so I've been in a few bands. But yeah, I started out really young, maybe about 14, something like that, yeah.
What about you, Jack?
Yeah, I got my first guitar when I was 7 and started having lessons and stuff, and just jammed for a bit, had a few more lessons, and then we're here now, really.
And Joey, on the bass, have you been playing Lunn since you're the tender age of 16 as well?
Yeah, I've been playing bass since I was about 12, and got my first guitar when I was 7, about the same age as Jack, and just took it from there.
Is this actually your first band as each individual, or?
Well, it's my first band, but these two guys have both been in bands before, so yeah, I'm kind of the new one to it all, but yeah.
Another thing, obviously you've been writing your own material, you've got your EP coming out. Any idea when that's going to be available?
Yeah, our EP's going to be out around the end of this month, early February really. Yeah, we're working on it at the moment. We've got 3 tracks down, we've got another 2 tracks out there ready to record, and we're doing the next one tomorrow, Skinny Jeans, which you heard tonight. So yeah, hopefully it'll all be in good, quick motion.
Do you guys go and see other bands yourself?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, we're all so into music, you know. We're looking to go to Reading as well next year. I went this year and I absolutely loved it, you know, my first festival. Me and Joe are going to go see the 1975 in February. Ethan's obviously been to a lot of gigs himself. Yeah, it's here as well, yeah.
So with the live scene as it is, I mean, particularly in the Midlands, as I said, there's quite a few venues that aren't getting as packed anymore. I mean, are you guys the sort of guys that are going to keep playing regardless of just a few people, and is it about the love of the music, or are you after something bigger?
It's definitely about the love of the music, but you know, we're looking to progress really. We're looking to, obviously we love music so much, we love what we're doing, and we're looking to just keep going up, you know, getting up the ladder and looking to hopefully get our music, you know, conveyed to a wider audience and stuff like that. So
yeah, we do enjoy playing, you know, no matter who's there, no matter how many people. I mean, we enjoy being on stage, so you know.
So how would you describe your sound? How would you describe Detective?
I'd say it's kind of a wide range of influences, kind of in indie rock, but with maybe kind of heavier and maybe kind of more melodic kind of.
Yeah, like alternative indie rock, but open to a lot of things really. We're so inspired by the old, the new, the sort of new wave sound that the 1975 were providing, but then I mean, I look for people like Hendrix, Clapton, Knopfler, Dire Straits and all them sort of people as well, so it's a real mix up and down the alternative indie rock spectrum really, kind of drawing it all in together really for our own sort of ideas.
Yeah, I'd describe it as indie.
Nice and blunt.
I'd describe it as just straight up indie rock, guitar music. Yeah, we have a play around with all
definitely a lot more room for experimenting. Like our next track that we're recording, not the next one, sorry, the one after that, called Something for Summer. That's a bit of an exclusive there for you, I think. Yeah, we're adding synth into that, and we're going to experiment with that on the next EP because we've already got some idea for a next EP in mind. So, yeah, look out for it.
So it is a very good venue here. I mean, it's especially considering the size. I mean, it's not huge, but it's good enough to get a nice intimate crowd. I mean,
it's very, very, very good to look out into people just jigging about. It's brilliant.
It's great.
I mean, there's a fair bit of activity with some very supporting people. Are they your fans, or were they somebody else's, or?
I think they were neutral, to be fair, before we came. I mean, a lot of my friends struggled to come down because of like the times getting back from school. It was quite early, but like, yeah, these guys were neutral, so it's nice to see new people embracing your music. Like, I mean, we've mainly brought around family and stuff like that, and brothers, sisters, etc. So it's really great to see people enjoying our music.
So what have you got planned for 2014, Ethan?
As a band? Yeah. Okay. Well.
Or you could go solo.
Oh no.
The solo route, a solo drum, Phil Collins. Just lose a bit more hair and you. No. So yeah, what have you got planned for 2014?
Well, we're going to finish up this EP we're recording, and then we're always writing new songs. So Yeah, I reckon we'll have a second one out this year as well, and we'll just kind of play as many gigs as possible, trying to, you know, put out our music to as many people as possible.
Yeah, we got high hopes hopefully for 2014. I mean, we're hoping it will like kickstart bigger things for us. Hopefully, we're just looking to find wider audiences to, you know, listen to our music, check it out, and yeah, we got a next EP as well already lined up. So hopefully it'll be good. Plenty of gigs.
Joey, what are you looking forward to in 2014?
Every gig we do and every recording session with our producer. It's
Everything,
brilliant.
we love it.
We absolutely love everything of a band. Everything.
Our producer, we're working with at the moment. Recommend him to anyone. It's for young bands. It's such a reasonable price as well for really high standard recordings. So it's Big Bang Studios if you're interested.
Yeah, massive shout out to Brad who's recorded. Like he's going to record the whole EP. 2 tracks left. We'll get him in for the next one as well. Awesome guy, affordable rates. You can't go wrong. It's quality. Big Bang Studios. Check him out. He's got a Facebook page and everything. So.
And finally, anything you want to say to your fans, Ethan?
Thanks for everyone who's been listening to the songs and, you know, getting them out to as many people as possible, and thanks to everyone who's come to the gigs.
Yeah, cheers to everyone who's followed us on Twitter, you know, liked us on Facebook, listened to the music and stuff, and helping us to progress. Really, I mean, thanks. Big love to you all.
Yeah. Fans have been brilliant. Like everyone who's liked us on Facebook, looked at our Twitter, even listened to us on SoundCloud. Everything. Like massive thanks. We wouldn't be here tonight, I don't think, without them.
Without the listens.
Without the listens.
Well, thanks very much, Detective, and we'll see you soon. Say bye-bye.
So that was Detective, great bunch of lads playing at the O2 Academy in Birmingham. So keep up with those guys, give them support and follow them on Facebook on the links below. So now it's time for us to answer some of your emails. Dave from Stourbridge asks, what's in your CD player? CD player. Do I look like I live in a cave? The digital revolution has begun. But if you're wondering what it is that I'm listening to, recently downloaded a few of the tracks from Grand Theft Auto 5, the soundtrack, including Black Angels, Black Grease, the Chang'an of 1974 with Sleepwalking, and a lot of other great tracks that you can find actually in the game as well if you're an addict to that game, and I'm a recovering addict now, so thank you. Stuart from Cannock asks, can you name our band? Why yes, of course. What sort of band are you? We're heavy metal. How many of you are there? There's 5 of us. What's the capital of Peru? Lima. Correct. I dubbed the Love Punch. No. Thunderfuck. No.
Thunderclap and the Herpes Band.
Thunderclap and the Herpes Band. It's time for our first competition, and I'm going to call this one Rock Bottom.
You're a pervert.
I'm not denying it. What we want you to do is to send us a photograph of somebody's bum on stage at a gig. So we want to have the picture and the name of the band and the venue it was taken at and the date of the gig as well. That's very important.
Stalker.
The judge said I was allowed. And yes, obviously just send the pictures of those lovely bums to our Facebook page here. There will be a prize. We haven't figured out what we're going to give you yet, but we'll let you know. Our first track up for review is Shrink by the Needle Puppets. They're a band formed in 2012. They're from the Shropshire area. And I was a bit concerned when I actually looked at their Facebook and noticed that it's a duo with a lady drummer and a male musician singer. And I was thinking, God no, it's going to be the White Stripes. It's going to be awful. But then I was pleasantly surprised when I actually checked out the tracks. And yes, it is a lady drummer and she's very good at it. But the fact is the guy singing is a pianist. Absolutely brilliant combination. Now, I did actually ask them to send me a photograph. And they haven't yet, so I drew a picture of them instead. Hope you like it. Then I found out they've got a bit of a fetish for hats, so I drew some hats on them as well. Isn't that good? Anyway, the song itself, Shrink, brilliant song. Starts off with lots of arpeggios on the piano, builds up into a stonker, thundering, marching song all the way through, drums driving the song, and the melodies and harmonies that are going on with the piano. I mean, Some of it's obviously been layered, but the fact is it's brilliant composition. Now, a little dicky bird tells me that the Needle Puppets are actually shooting a video for Shrink, and another little rumour tells me it's going to be available around about March, so watch your space, see how they look as well as perform, but definitely check the guys out. They describe themselves as punk cabaret, and I've got no clue whatsoever what punk cabaret is, but it seems to do the job. Some of the tunes are a bit sort of reminiscent of musicals. You could almost imagine them writing a musical, having it on the stage, and just people singing their hearts out to it. And that's sort of in the vocal work as well. Now, they do say that they have been resisting the temptation to add any further band members, which isn't a bad thing. I mean, the sound itself is very full, very complete. The lyrics are brilliant, but, you know, right at the very end, there was a little bit of guitar or something that was synthesized to sound like a guitar, and I think it just actually just filled the song up a lot more. There's a lot of activity with the piano going on, but, you know, maybe you should try experimenting, put something else in as well. The end result, however, is an absolute corker of a song. I'd suggest you go check it out on SoundCloud. It's free to listen to. I think you can download it as well. But definitely give your support to these guys, Lexi and Alec at the Needle Puppets, gigging all around the area. We'll try and get some of their dates on here as well soon. So check out Needle Puppets on Facebook, SoundCloud, and at a venue near you. Now, when we first put up the advert for Midlands Unsigned Music on Facebook and on YouTube, whilst we were trying to get your attention and your help to start the project, one of the first bands that got in touch with us was a young band from Dudley called The Vectors. A three-piece band they were at the time, and they sent us a copy of their song, There's a Place. Now, when I first listened to There's a Place, for a very split second right at the beginning, I thought I was listening to a cover song. I thought it was a cover of Mr. Brightside by The Killers. Just literally the way the guitar sort of goes up and down. Actually, have a listen. Do you get it? Just for that split second, listen again. Do you get it? Do you hear it?
Yeah.
But by letting it carry on, I could not have been more wrong. It just turns into this syncopated, almost ska-like guitar fusion. It's very hard to explain. It just reminded me a bit of some of the bands from like the 80s and 90s, a bit of punk ska, I suppose. But it literally had me jumping around the room. It's just one of those jaunty, jovial sort of tracks. There is a sort of a serious nature to the lyrics deep down, I suppose, but the fact is that you're sort of distracted by the way that the rest of the song is carrying on. Vocals are brilliant. Now, recently they've actually added a female vocalist to the mix, and it might be nice to see how that sounds, but I mean, what they had at the time was brilliant. It was a great song, great track. I would like to see how they sound now with a female singer. I mean, I can imagine sort of how it would sound with some female vocals replacing the original lyrics, but it was a great track to begin with. Can't go too wrong with that. And at the end of the song, there's a bit of a surprise. It does turn into some sort of strange indie guitar sort of solo, which, fair play, it pulls it off well. I can't think of too many bands that can pull it off where they have a consistent sound all the way through and then right at the end just change the tables and make something completely different. But yes, definitely watch out for these guys, The Vectors, and check them out on Facebook and on their SoundCloud, and we'll have the details just about here. So that's all we've got time for this week. Thank you very much for watching. We still need as much support as we can, so please, please, please share out this video, share out our page, help keep music live, and we can help you display your amazing talents to the rest of the Midlands and the world as well. So if you are interested in joining in, or if you want to help us to promote the page, details will be following very shortly. Until then, thanks very much, bye-bye, and keep it mum.